Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I hope you are having a good evening. The weekend is almost upon us. I am looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. But today we are going to be playing Big Brother once again. We are back in Orwell. So this is the second game. If you haven't seen the first game, make sure you check it out. It was really interesting. So we learned a lot about the Orwell system, and yeah, it was quite crazy. So today we are going to be heading back into the system. What our goal in this game is, at least so far as we know, because you never know who's telling the truth here. But so far as we know, what's going on is there is a spy for the nation that was working in one of the neighboring countries, and he has gone missing. Now, there was a phone call with somebody that used to know him. At least that's what we've gathered so far. They used to supposedly live in the same country where he was spying on, and he said things that, while not exactly direct threats, like not stuff like "I'm gonna kill you" or something like that, it's like stuff that could be misconstrued as such. Like, it would be a shame, if you were missing. Yeah, like, it's very subtle stuff. And so, of course, the people at Orwell instantly think that this guy's guilty. So we have been trying to be super, super careful not to unfairly implicate him, because, I mean, I'm trying to go into this with the lessons that we learned from last time, that the information we give to the people at Orwell, they can and will use it against whoever we're investigating. So we got to be super, super careful. So I think we will, everything looks good. I think we will go ahead and hop in here, if everything is well. Yeah. So let's go ahead and hop in and see how this investigation goes. So here we go. Let's log in. Oh boy, we're working to ensure the safety of the nation's people. Can we do it? I don't know. We'll see. Orwell OS Office. That's our version of Orwell that we're using, the Office version. All right. Okay, so we should have some new information available. The National Immigration Database. It's about Raban Vart, which is the guy we suspect, or at least the people at Orwell suspect, of having kidnapped or done something with Oleg Bakay. And this is the spy Oleg is. And we got to be careful, because every time we add a data chunk, time advances. So we're not adding absolutely everything, but we are trying to pay attention. Okay, so what do we have? We have a social security number. That could be important. He's male, Pargesian. He's from Prava. He's a secondary school teacher, which some of his school actions, I have to admit, I'm a little suspicious of. I feel like he endangered the children, so I don't know how I feel about that. We do have a notebook code. Okay, well, we definitely need that, because we got to get information. Excellent. With that, we will be able to get a glimpse directly into the lion's den, and probably useful data on our targets. Yes, I think so too. Oh, we have a listener. Let's see. Our support of your blog. Dear Mr. Vart, we regret having to inform you that we have temporarily suspended our recurring financial support to your endeavor. Our team has become aware of you using our donations to support a cause or causes directly or indirectly violating our terms of use. As you know, Angels of the Nation is an independent nonprofit organization with the intention to support beneficial causes in or directed at Parges. We strictly enforce a zero-tolerance policy on endorsement or indictment of aggressive acts or violent behavior of any kind, which we have been made aware of your blog has engaged in recently. The payments will remain suspended while we further investigate the allegations. Afterwards, we will decide on whether to continue our payments or to permanently terminate our support. If you would like this suspension or assist in resolving the allegations against you, please contact us via the mail or telephone at the next possible occasion. Okay. So we might have to keep an eye out for that. What else do we have here? We have his date of registration when he became part of the nation, or no, I'm trying to remember. Let's see. So he has a wheelchair. He's unable to walk. Yes, so he immigrated. He's like a refugee to the nation, right? Yes, he immigrated to the nation. All right. And he's not happy about the stuff that's been going on there, if we recall. But I'm not entirely convinced that he's super guilty. Let's take a look inside his computer and see what we got. The people's voice speaking out loud what needs to be said. Freedom Plaza. This is a Sir, I'm trying to declare your innocence here, and this is your to-do? Sir, what even? You're making my job very difficult here, sir. Showing a picture of it on fire? Let's look at your browser history. Cassart Awards Bravest Soldiers 2013. This was this was today. He's been reading the news. What is this? Operation Flying Dog? Operation Flying Dog is a document about how the Pargesian soldier Oleg Bakay was arrested by soldiers of the nation after an incident during the Civil War, only to be released again and placed as a spy within the Pargesian army. The document shows how the administration of the national government pulls strings inside the Pargesian army in order to enforce their power in Parges. So I'm guessing this would go on Oleg. He's been uncovered. Yeah, so if he's been discovered, PercoLeaks is a database of classified media which we receive from anonymous sources. We believe that the people have a right to know certain things, and through this platform, we provide this knowledge, which would otherwise be censored or entirely kept from the public. So far, we have never published false information, and the documents we provide are always closely examined and analyzed prior to publishing. Our most prominent link so far was footage of torture and murder during the Pargesian War committed by soldiers of the nation, clearly showing multiple violations of basic human rights and corruption. Our goal is to provide the public and journalists with information that needs to be published and is vital for the people to know, especially at times when their leaders lean towards corruption and secret power through tools such as online surveillance. Don't look at me. I promise I'm not. I mean, okay, I totally am, but... Okay, so we could upload documents here. We only accept uploads of documents about official operations sanctioned by the nation. All other uploads will be rejected. Alright, so I don't know that we have anything about that yet. I don't even know if we would want to do that because, again, we don't know who's on whose sides yet, but we don't have anything on him that we would want to even upload. So that's interesting. Let's see what else. Let's go back to his computer. Was there anything else? That was just the headlines we've already read. Look on his desktop. That was... Okay, so we already looked in his browser history. What about your trash? A token of my appreciation for your blog. Unknown sender. He received this 3 days ago, April 10th. It's currently April 13th, so... Raban, I found something you might be very interested in. PercoLeaks.tna Operation Flying Dog. I've done some digging. Okay, so that's how he got the site, from this David Johns person. Okay. I've done some digging through the document, and there was even a phone number of a device issued to this guy. No need to thank me. This proves you have been writing about what you've been writing about for such a long time. Make everyone see it now. If we add that, are they going to yell at us? Because I'm curious. We have his mobile phone. Let's see what happens. The number for Bakay's protected office phone is out there. This cannot be happening. This is how Rabban Vart reached him, and who knows how many other people have his info now. This is a complete disaster. Okay, so they didn't yell at us. They just have that information now, right? They're aware of this. What do we have in pictures? Oh, you have a lot of pictures. Prava secondary rugby team. Okay. He was a rugby coach. Maybe could be important. What is this? Camid? Cam ID. Okay, so this is just like a random cam. Why is your bookshelf falling over, my guy? Like, this is not a bad picture, but he's just like chilling on the floor reading. Where is this exactly, I wonder? I'm not sure. McKay Medical has been talking to President Kassart directly. Oh, the McKay Medal. Okay, this is... That could be important. Let's wait. Let's see. That could be something we want to do. Philosophy class. That's just a new portrait. This was in 2007 anyways, so I don't think that we necessarily care about that. Summer 2013. Yeah, so you can see he's in the wheelchair. I guess this is his family. That would be my guess. Cooperated with Oleg Bakay at school. They were friends. Wonder if they're both in it together. I don't know. Alright, which one? Let's grab the metal one. Let's go ahead and add this. What? He talked to Kassart directly and didn't inform us? I'll have to assume this shows disloyalty towards us. Otherwise, he would have reported that in. I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying, is there's two sides here. We don't necessarily know what's going on. The People's Voice. Crime statistics continue to get faked. Real criminals do not show up in statistics. Delacroix presents new crime statistics in a way favoring her politics, but who are the real criminals? Is that Delacroix dressed up as a criminal? Alright, criminals are degenerates who wear striped clothing, monsters who make women and children cry. They are predominantly male, usually foreign, and present a danger to the public, thus they must be isolated or locked away. Or so goes the cliché that has been hammered into the public consciousness of the nation. Of course, it's in the best interest of the media and the government to push this myth. Headlines sell papers, and National Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix has certainly given out quite the headline. Proudly, she presents her statistics that these so-called criminals have been kept under control by her successful policies. But, taking a close look at these policies, one cannot refrain from wondering, who may be the real criminal? After all, she is the Secretary of Security. I never have noticed that before, but yeah, that's true. The Blaine administration has been touting a policy of surveillance, a straight violation of privacy for years now, yet hardly any of the nation's citizens seem to take notice of this fact. Are Blaine and his despicable followers included in these crime rates? I highly doubt it. I mean, I kind of doubt it also. The nation burns again. 3 people are murdered because of Blaine's incompetence, but guess who will be blamed? Did we read this one? I'm not sure. Let's just read them all again if we haven't. Okay. Blood runs in the streets of the nation as it sees itself confronted with the next big act of terror right in its heart, the capital of Bonton. 3 people have been brutally massacred right under the government's ever so watchful eye, and much to the surprise of all media outlets. It didn't surprise me, not one bit. Okay, so we have read this because we already dragged this over. Thanks to the People's Voice, our effort to get facts out to the people, the situation in the nation has recently been rather calm. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Are there any new articles? Get in touch with our editor-in-chief. Did we add that to him? Because that could be useful. Let's see. I don't know. Did we add his email? I think we did, right? Where would that be? Okay, yes, we've got that. Alright. What other? No pending article draft? Oh, okay, yes. So we know about that. There's no pending articles right now. What else do we got? We could upload something if we had it. We also have records of attendance that we can upload. There's so many things that we could do. Janice. I don't know that there's anything useful necessarily here. Alright, do we have anything new here? Nothing new on our listener. Let's check here again. I'm still not sure. I don't think we can drag this over, right? Because I'm sure they'd be very interested in knowing that that information is out. Maybe we do put it out there. We go to that site and we tell them, hey, this information is out there. Okay, let's go ahead and put it out there and see what happens. We're about to stir up a hornet's nest, guys. This is probably not going to be pretty. She's going to freak out about this. I knew it. He must have been revealed. This changes everything. If Bakay's secret is out there, then that's how Vart came across the info. But this alone doesn't appear to be enough of a motive. Agent, I hate to say it, but with this new perspective on the situation, we have to put Bakay's loyalty into question. That's exactly what I was wondering as well. If you find any hints at possible disloyalty of our agent towards us, you need to let me know immediately. Okay, so we sort of have a new mission. We gotta try and figure out the truth. But that's kind of difficult because there's so much, like, who is really telling the truth. Let's look at the data chunks that we could potentially upload. For all we know, Kassart is being controlled by the nation's shady administration. I don't think... It says believes Pargesian President Kassart is to be nation-controlled. It doesn't say that, right? This is... tongue-in-cheek, right? For all we know, he's being controlled. That's not... I don't think that's actually something he believes. Thanks to the people's voice and our efforts to get the facts out there, the situation in the nation has been rather calm. Still, there's no doubt that head puppet master Blaine will point his finger toward us Pargesians. Exactly. This has been happening for years, dating all the way back to the so-called incident in 2008 when the entire Pargesian people were blamed by the party. When was this written? This was written... Okay, so this was written today. That could be something we need to drag out. What have you done, Raban? I learned he had left for the nation. I think we already dealt with this, right? Oh, wait, no. Maybe we haven't. And go where? Okay, so this was posted in 2006. Leave Parges, and that is how you abandon not only your home, but your own home country. And go where? The nation. This pitiful stretch of land? Never. Okay, so, but this was from 2006, or 2000, yeah, this was from 2006. I learned he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. 2017. But let's look at that article again. Let's see. It's a document about how the Pargesian soldier Oleg Bakay was arrested by soldiers of the nation after an incident during the Civil War, only to be released again later and placed as a spy within the Pargesian army. This document shows how the administration of the national government pulled strings inside the Pargesian army in order to enforce their power in Parges. Okay, so when was the Civil War? Let's see. Do we have that information? Is there like a timeline for that? let's look and see. The party, Pargesian history. Our forces have a long tradition of protecting the Pargesian country and our values courageously and relentlessly. The Pargesian army exists today, as it exists today, was formed by General Dimjan Kasart as he freed Parges from the oppressive Fiad regime in 2004. In spite of the successful re-establishment of peace and freedom in Parges, evil forces still threaten the Pargesian people. The hate group Forces of True Parges, FTP, caused a new conflict in 2006 by evoking a civil war among Pargesian citizens using hate speech and propaganda to pull the shaken people of Parges on their side. In spite of the Pargesian army successfully defeating the renegade group in 2008 with the help of the National Army, their guerrilla war remained and peaked in the attack on our allies, the nation, in form of the incident in 2008. The goal was to promote fear against Parges and Pargesian citizens and cause civil unrest between the two nations. The Blaine administration of the nation then returned to help Parges control the troubling situation in regards to the FTP in our country. Okay. So, So what does that mean exactly? So one thing I'm thinking is he part of FTP? Can we find evidence that says he was a supporter of FTP? Because I feel like, what can we find out about them? I wonder. Where would that be? Mainstream media have been manipulating your thoughts since the dawn of humanity. Time to get rid of this enemy. Okay. Agent call sign. Do we have any other agent call signs? I don't think we do yet. What else can we look at? Nationality Pargesian. Confidential informant as officer of the Pargesian army. Maybe we can find something else on his phone. Let's look again. Okay, so that's a received call, right? Mobile phone. Yeah, this is a received call on April 8th. So like 5 days ago. Received. Melissa, is that Melissa O'Brien? Is that like his wife, girlfriend? I don't know. I fear my cover might have been blown, and I suspect Rub-on Fart to be behind it. If this is true, this could seriously hurt us. I'm now proceeding according to protocol for a situation like this, moving to secret locations in order to conceal my whereabouts. So maybe he was legit? I'm not sure. This seems familiar. Like, we saw a room with all the bookshelves before. I almost wonder if Raban was there. I don't know. Okay, iTrace contacts. We have these different contacts. We can't drag any of them there. iTrace. We dragged this one, right? Current location. That's the only thing we can find. Alright, so there's not a whole lot of useful stuff on his phone. Let's look back. See, this is what disturbs me, though. Freedom Plaza to do? That just doesn't sit right with me. Something's going on here. He's looking at the Kasart Awards Bravest Soldiers 2013. Was there something about that? And is anti-Kasart blog involved in Pargesian soldiers' disappearance? Let's check that article out again. So we have an audio recording. That's what started the whole game. In the ominous recording, which has since been verified, the editor directly threatens the officer, claiming that Bakay would be dead soon. In light of Bakay's recent disappearance, experts have developed a theory that the blog might be directly involved in or may otherwise have incited the incident. Who leaked it? That's what I want to know also. I'm not sure. What other information do we have? Crime rate continues to drop. Yeah, so nothing really useful here. This all just feels like, it feels like propaganda. All right, phone call transcript. This is what we've got. So when did he threaten it? Truth is dead, as you soon will be, was threatened with death. Now you're the disappointing one. You of all people should, Oleg Bakay. There is only one thing about truth that is certain. Truth is dead, as you soon will be. How did you manage? How? Why? Truth is dead. I almost feel like Raban knows something. Like maybe Oleg isn't playing honestly, right? Maybe he's, I don't know. Something just, it doesn't sit right. But we gotta find something more substantial, right? Mainstream media have been manipulating your thoughts since the dawn of humanity. Views mainstream media as the enemy. I mean, that could be true. What else do we have? We got to make sure to click links to make sure we get everything. Is there anything else in here? All right, let's look at his timeline. Volunteered for military service. This was 1st Infantry Division Prava. Volunteered for military service. So that's after he got captured by the nation and sent back, right? Assigned for special protection of Prava from the ongoing threat through anti-government group forces of True Parjas during Prava Civil War. Veteran of the Parjesian Civil War. Wounded in combat, officially absent from service. Returned, reinstated as captain by privileged command. There's something, I don't know. I'm just not sure about him yet. What else do we have? Is there anything here? We can look at the terrorist incident of 2008. This is about the Parjas peacekeeping mission. So the terrorist incident of 2008 was a terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Parjas, a region torn by civil unrest for years, but by the order of the previous government. To fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. After the Parjas peacekeeping mission had been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighboring country to perform tasks including the distribution of aid packages containing food in addition to health and hygiene products to the mostly impoverished population, the rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells, training local police and military forces. Due to a recent stabilization in the Parjas, we have been able to reduce the number of station forces while leaving the overall goals of the peacekeeping mission intact. Alright, so it's 3:10. I'm not sure what time we get off of work, but we probably need to be mindful of this. What is the data chunk here? I sincerely understand your concerns. This was from 2006. As a school's principal, I will therefore consider our options on how to protect the schools and Prava Secondary in particular. I don't believe you. Everyone here keeps talking about how we are supposed to change things in Prava, but nobody ever takes action. We are going to leave Prava and Parjas. Goodbye, folks. It's been really mediocre to know you. Leave Parjas. And that is how you abandon not only your hometown, but your own home country. And go where? The nation, this pitiful stretch of land? Never. Believe me, you would be better dying off as a loyal citizen of Pargis than as an inferior renegade. In fact, I have devised my own way how to protect Prava and show that I am a true Pargesian patriot. I am going to volunteer for the Pargesian army and fight to free this country from the plague known as the FTP. Okay, so according to this, he's against the FTP. Seriously, Oleg, you have a daughter. She's only 11 years old and she needs you. Please don't make any hasty decisions right now. Besides, if I may dare to say so, I do think the FTP is fighting for the right causes. Maybe with the wrong methods. After all, I don't believe Cassart will be doing us any good considering how he rose to power. And mind you, Cassart's ties to the nation are more than fishy. Mind you, Raban, please don't tell me you are a terrorist sympathizer now. As for my daughter Radka, you have been one of her biggest role models for years now. You know her well and she loves your classes. May I boldly ask you to take care of her while I'm gone? I am not a terrorist sympathizer, Oleg, and I am certainly not on their side. All I'm saying is you should try thinking a bit more critically towards this government of ours. Regarding Radka, I do not approve of you leaving her like that, and I am also not a Pargesian army sympathizer, by the way. But if you truly wish to choose this path and join the army, I will not let you and her down. Thank you. I really appreciate this. We do have our disagreements sometimes, but you are a good person and a good teacher, Raban. So in 2006, they did like each other. Let me see. Okay, let me look at this again. This was, when did it get leaked? That's what I need to know. After an incident during the Civil War. Does it say? Can we see a date on this? I can't really see if there's an actual date here. It's too bad. I would love to see what else is in that document. Okay, well, is there anything here? Let me think. So, an incident during the Civil War. Prava, visitors, residents, Pargesian army. When did the incident happen, I wonder? FTP caused a new conflict in 2006 by evoking a civil war. So this had already happened, I think, right? In spite of the Pargesian army successfully defeating the renegade group in 2008. So it's sometime between 2006 and 2008. And he wanted to be, he had a plan. Was his plan to purposely get captured? I wonder. Was it? I think I'm gonna do it. Because I'm really wondering. Everyone's just talking about leaving, right? The administration of Prava is currently in contact with officials of the Pargesian army in order to get some troops to protect the town from the FTP. There is not much else we can do at the current time, so we ask you to stay in a safe place and remain as calm as possible given the circumstances. But then why did he send the text? That's what I'm confused about. But our advisor was confused about when we put that he went into hiding according to the there was an article. Where was it? It was on one of his devices, right? Chat. Yeah, so I'm now proceeding according to the protocol, and for a situation like this, went into hiding according to plan, except for when we did that, she was like, what plan? There was no plan. So I fear my cover might have been blown, and I suspect Vart to be behind it. So that was on April 8th. When did he get the article? Not here. Revised article. No. Wait, just like when you moved to the nation, you're my brother. Ilya Vart. Yeah, okay. Good luck. Your fan, David Johnson. Oh, it must have been on his phone, right? It was on his computer, right? A token of my appreciation. This was sent on April 10th. That doesn't line up. Hey, Everett, welcome in. Okay, so something here is very suspicious. David Johns sent the link, the one that said he was, okay, he sent the link on the 10th. However, Oleg sent the text on the 8th, 2 days before. So either he's very naive, or maybe he's working with this David person, or maybe he is this David person. Do we have anything? Is there any other messages? I don't think so. There's no other messages. No other call logs. Does he have it in his contacts? No. Libby Briggs, Benjamin Collins. He doesn't have anyone named David in his contacts. I think we're going to drag that information over, and we're going to see what kind of chaos happens. Because I kind of feel like this was his own words, right? The conflicting data point was something posted by Raban, where he learned that he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. But this was on the 11th. This was 2 days ago, 1 day after he was sent the article, right? So I don't know. He returns and ranks up to an officer in the army. Before we left Parges, Bakay had his mind set on joining the Pargesian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter, and I said yes. But soon after, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Then all of a sudden, he returns and ranks up to an officer in the army. I'm fairly certain he works for the nation's government in some way. However, I have nothing to do with his disappearance and would never kidnap or kill a man. Do not believe the lies of the National Beholder. That's kind of twisting the truth based on the information that you were given, though. Because according to that, he was captured. I think I'm going to put the other data chunk on, because I feel like this is more up to date. Because according to the classified document, he was arrested by soldiers of the nation. So it wasn't like a voluntary flipping, he didn't leave on his own. So that being said, we're probably like, I don't know how this is going to go down. I think this is probably the true statement. But yeah, here we go. Let's see how this goes. She's not going to be happy about that. Is that so? Doesn't exactly account for his loyalty to us. She didn't even care. Seriously? Alright. Well, that was a bit of a letdown. I thought for sure she would care about that. And I guess not. Alright, what else do we have? Mainstream media have been manipulating your thoughts since the dawn of humanity. I think we'll go ahead and drag that on, because, I mean, that does seem to be accurate. He doesn't like the media. Now that's a classic one. Demonize the free press, straight from the dictator's guide to supreme rule. Okay. I mean, whatever. What is on here? Protection of Prava from ongoing threat. A veteran of the Pargesian Civil War. Awarded the Medal of Honor for saving civilians. mean, maybe that's important. We could drag that on, that he did a good job there. What else do we have? There's more stuff here that we haven't dragged? I think we dragged everything. Oh, we haven't done this, because I'm not going to do that yet. I think that will pretty much convict him if we say he sympathizes with the FTP. The school administration has requested protection by the Pargesian army. Considered cooperation with the Pargesian army to protect his school. That's true. The school administration has now decided to provide a protective hideout from combat activities. So he let install an autonomous shelter in the school's library. Okay. I mean, I guess we could do that. Principal determined to keep school service going. Let's just see what happens. Because I'm not sure. Wait, army protection for a school? Seriously? Things must have been bad, or someone must have been really worried. And then we'll... Oh, we got something new? What did we get? Once more, the innocent will be punished. Oh, okay, so this is like the... We were waiting for an hour to pass, right? Let's see. The assault on Stelligan University is a horrific and terrible crime. But one thing is certain, the Pargesian people will be blamed, and the ones who are going to suffer, especially the ones living in the nation, no matter what their citizenship really is, what hardships they might have suffered themselves already, no matter how many prejudices and hate they have already faced in the nation. These are the people who are going to suffer, not the real perpetrators. There's nothing I can drag over here, so... I don't think there's anything I can do with that yet. No information here yet, nor no new information anyways. Alright, so we just gotta keep that in mind, I think. President Puppet stops re-election plans. For all we know, Cassart is being controlled. We might have to add that. We'll see. The nation burns again. This was the image you had, thanks to the people's voice. I'm not sure about that, because that seems in direct the fact that you're saying you created peace seems in direct conflict with your Freedom Plaza to do. Like, I don't know about all that, sir. It's like every time I think someone is innocent, then something like this happens, and I'm like, really? So we're doing this again? Alright. What do we have here? Central... Okay, there's still something here. Currently residing. We've done the... Oh, we disabled that, because we don't care about that yet right now. This was in 2011, so I don't think he still resides there. Janice... I don't know that we care about any of this, other than the fact that he is a Pargesian citizen. I mean, you would think they knew this, though, right? Like, why would you not know this? He is a Pargesian citizen. Maybe it's important. I don't know. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't care. Alright. I don't know that we care about his birthday, so we'll leave that for now. What do we got here? This was his protection of Prava from ongoing threats. He's a veteran of the Pargesian Civil War, but they already know this, right? I feel like they already know this. A bloody mess, that Civil War. Parges has suffered a great deal from it. So did the nation. Yes. Okay. TVP once more, the innocent will be punished. No pending article draft. Okay, so he finished his article and now it's here. Once more, the innocent will be punished. And that's what we just read, right? No matter what their citizenship status is, what hardships they might have suffered themselves already from the national exploitation of their own country, no matter how much prejudice and hate they have already faced in the nation. These are the people who are going to suffer, not the real perpetrators. Welcome to a fair and just, developed country where everyone gets what they deserve. Welcome to national justice. The assault on Seligman University is a terrible crime, but only the innocent will suffer their consequences. What do they want, these terrorists? They want to promote terror, to cause public outrage, fear, and societal unrest. They want to use people of the nation to live in fear, and more specifically, they want to use this fear against the people. All right, what do we drag out next? The nation burns again? I'm not taking that yet. I don't know that I believe that. Let's see. Faculty. He was an English and philosophy teacher. Maybe. Subjects as teacher, English, philosophy, sure. Maybe we drag that. Maybe it'll reveal something. I don't know. All right. Now it's just the photo, which I'm not super worried about the photo. News. The school now decided to provide a protective hideout. So yes, let's add that one. This was about the fallout shelter, basically related document. An autonomous shelter at a school seems a bit overprotective if you ask me, but then again, considering he thought about getting the army for protection, this pales in comparison. I mean, let's see. An unsung hero that you need to know about? My brother is a hero, and this article will prove it to you. We have not been maintaining this blog for a while, I would now like to renew it by telling a story. The story of an unsung hero that you simply need to know about. The story of a person who never got the credit he deserves, which I will now change. It is the story of my brother Raban, who wrote most of the previous articles for this blog. Raban has told you about our long and troublesome journey from Parges to the nation, about how we had to live in a refugee camp for an inhumanely long time under terrible conditions, and about why we had to leave our beloved hometown. You see, my dear readers, have in a way been on this journey with us, but he has never told you about the fact that he lost his ability to walk during the terrible events in Parges. He has not told you about why he made this sacrifice and what a true hero he really is. Raban is not a man who likes to share his personal stories, but I have decided that it is time. Especially if you are a reader from our home country, Parges, you ought to know this about my brother. The incident that finally forced us to leave Parges was a tragedy, especially in the eyes of my brother. Prava Secondary, the school that Raban was teaching at, and had in fact helped to build with his own two hands, was bombed to the ground. A place of learning, a place of safety, a place that Raban had always offered the Pargesian children the opportunity of a good education, was nothing more than smoldering rubble. During the bombings, most of the children from Raban's 6th grade class had been trapped in the school garden shed, as they had not been able to make it to the safety of the library, which they had been using as a bomb shelter. Against what everyone told him to do, Raban ran out of the shed and saved these children from certain death in this attack. He did not rest until every one of them was safe in the library. Without his brave escort, they would not have made it to the shelter, where they were able to wait in safety until the bombing was finally over. The shed was destroyed only minutes later, but Raban himself, he had not made it safely back before the bombs dropped. He was buried under the rubble for almost a day, clinging to his bare life until we finally discovered him, but he had paid a high price, his ability to walk. I cannot tell you how much I admire my brother for so much bravery, and although I know he would never have permitted me to write this article, I have decided that you, dear reader, simply needed to know about this. I mean, you're already suspicious of the media, my friend. I'm not going to take your word at it. Alright, this is... Let's see. People's Voice. Never would I have thought you to go this far. I always knew you were crazy, but kidnapping a soldier just for PR. Okay. So kidnapping a soldier just to get some PR for your dumb blog is completely mad. This is from Believer. True believer, I am not responsible for the disappearance of Oleg Bakay. Besides, this man is no angel either. I have reason to believe he was involved in this horrid attack on my school back in 2010. Okay, that definitely gives you motive. Many children died because of him. I know he was one of the people in charge during the Prava school attack, since knowing what would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. We don't know the data chunk that's in conflict with. Okay, that's very interesting. Alright, well, we're gonna have to find that conflicting data chunk then, because that's kind of suspicious. What do we have here? And it's going to be the most remarkable statement I've ever made. The destruction. He aims to destroy the cooperation between Cassart and Blaine. So I think before we add this, we're going to put his motivations for it, right? So we need to add the data chunk about how he thinks that Cassart is being controlled by the nation. Where was that? Let's find that real quick. It wasn't, wait, what do we still have in the immigration database? Let's go ahead and add his social security number in case there's something useful there, like a related document. No, okay. I don't think there's anything else that we need from there right now. President Puppet stops re-election plan. I think it was in here. For all we know. Okay, so he believes Parisian President Cassart to be nation controlled. Let's go ahead and add this. President Puppet. I've seen the memes before. The nation would have zero factual benefit from control over Parges. I guess we're treading into territory where facts aren't given any weight. I mean, I'm about to do this. The destruction of cooperation between Cassart and Blaine. So you needed to have some backstory first. Ha! We got a little hubris going, haven't we? No such thing will happen. Cassart and Blaine working together is the best thing that could have happened to Parges. Why destroy it? Okay. I mean, that's what he's trying to do, though, is the thing. I need your abilities as my co-writer. Okay, I don't know if that's important. Let's see, what else do we have? The bouquet deal. Cooperated with them at school. Wait a second. What happened here? So you cooperated at school. There's photographic evidence of it. But then you're saying, I have reason to believe he was involved in this horrid attack on my school? I don't understand this. This is, I know he was one of the people in charge during the Prava school attack, since knowing what would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. Can we find something about his daughter, I wonder? Do we have anything that would be useful? This picture, I don't understand that picture. Nope, can't do anything with the pictures. I think we've dragged everything out that we could from his stuff. There's nothing new we can do. Prava secondary rugby team. Was a rugby coach. I feel like he really did like his school, but maybe he's got the wrong information. Philosophy class. Maybe. These are really young kids to be in a philosophy class, I think. I got some deep thoughts going on. Is there anything else that does just that? Believes Oleg Bouquet is to blame for his attack on school. Let's drag this and see. It's not the conflicting piece. If he really believes that, this would be a strong motive. Good. We can't work solely on what Raban Vart believes, though. We need to clarify whether there are any more hints of Bouquet being involved in this. Yes, I agree. So what else can we come up with? An unsung hero that you need to know about? He ran out to the shed and saved the children, saved the lives of students from an attack on his school. We drag that. Related document. Saving others while risking his own life. Now I see why his followers treat him almost like a religious figure. Well, Agent, I think it's become clear already that Raban Vart is only a shadow of his former self. His actions today are what matters. Alright, what did we get? We got reactions to an unsung hero that you need to know about. Let's see. People's voice, wow, just wow, you are a true hero. I only did what I had to do. Let's see, the FTP should pay for this. It was them who were responsible for this horrific attack. Okay. Pargesian school hit by several missiles due to FTP siege. A secondary school in western Parges was bombed by a rebel organization forces of True Parges. Okay. A school in Prava, a village in western Parges, was hit by several missiles on Monday afternoon. According to an official statement on behalf of the Army of the Nation, the attack was initiated by rebel organization forces of the True Parges, FTP. Intel revealed that the group was harboring key officials who were hiding in the basement, which serves as a makeshift bomb shelter from the Prava secondary students and their families in times of emergency. Let's actually turn this down just a little bit. It's a little loud, I think. I think this might be good, hopefully. Okay. Well, it's still very loud. Okay, that's better. As reported by the National Army, the rebel group had started the attack as National Army soldiers had surrounded the school, requesting the officials to surrender immediately. Hey, thanks for the follow, Corsican. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. All right. The explosion, which was initiated by the FTP, caused the school's principal, Raban Vart, to be buried under concrete and rubble for at least 24 hours. Is this the one that's in conflict with... It was a military... Oh, okay, so that's... Alright, hang on. Let's finish reading this, because that's unrelated. Doing good yourself? I am doing well. We are elbows deep in conspiracies right now. Trying to figure out the truth when everybody's lying. He was saved after rescuers continued to search for survivors among the ruins. A spokesperson of Angels of the Nation, a volunteer team who provide development aid in Parges, stated Mr. Vart was injured on Monday, December 6, 2010, and was buried until late Tuesday evening. If it had been any longer, he certainly would have died. His survival is a miracle. Thanks to the courageous aid workers, the school's principal will soon recover and be able to teach again. Unfortunately, the bombing caused many deaths nonetheless. The total number of victims is not yet known. So that could be important, but let's continue reading. No, it was not the FTP. The National Beholder is nothing but a lying, manipulative, brainwashing machine. In reality, it was a military bombardment that wounded me severely. So either we believe the TNB or we believe him. Not sure yet. You have my utmost admiration, sir. It takes incredible courage to risk your own life to save others. You are an exceptionally good person. Please do not flood me with compliments. Only one is for my home country to be safe again, and for saving those children, was the least I could do for Parges. The thing I admire most about the Pargesian hero from People's Voice, Raban Vart, is so incredibly humble about it. He almost seems to not want anyone to talk about this. What a genuinely admirable person. Why would he not want people to talk about it? Is it because he's worried that it's a lie? I don't know. I am simply overwhelmed by how fast this story went viral. Please forgive me if my responses sound a bit dismissive. I'm still trying to cope with all of this attention. Okay. That's very interesting. What do we do with that exactly? Who do we believe? Which one? I wonder. It was a military bombardment that wounded me severely. Is this all part of a plan? I wonder if Raban is working with Oleg. Like, is that why we have this deal going on? Cooperated with Raban Vart at a school. Okay, were you part of the FTP then? I don't know. This is photographic pictures. We've got to do this. They had some kind of deal going on at Vart's school. This strongly backs the theory of Bakay being involved in the attack on the school. I mean, it was a military bombardment that wounded me severely. If that's true, he said this. Let's add it. Let's see what happens. Because you said this. Military bombardment. The Parisian army. This indicates that Bakay might indeed be involved in the attack. I've seen enough. I believe we have sufficiently proven Bakay to be involved in the attack on Vart's school. And Vart knows about it. He already stated he believes Bakay had something to do with it. He must be out for revenge. I mean, that's kind of what it's looking like. The fact that Bakay kept his role in this from us all this time is not doing him any favor. There will be consequences. I'm sure there will. You have gathered all we need. I will get an intervention team ready from a local base near Prava to go and look for Bakay. ... They're on their way. Now let me try and make sense of everything we've gathered. I need to decide how we should approach this. I do too. This is a lot of information. Raban Vart was a school principal back in Prava Parges. He was also a teacher of Oleg Bakay's daughter, who went to fight in the Parisian army. The school was bombarded by military fire. Vart managed to save the students by leading them to the shelter he built, but he lost the ability to walk. Based on the info we have collected, it's possible Bakay was involved in the attack somehow. It's also possible that Vart learned about it and plotted revenge. If we had been aware of his involvement in this act of aggression towards a school, we would never have recruited him. Now Bakay is hiding out somewhere in Prava for whatever reason. This is it, the theory about the situation we're facing. We will make sure to deal with it accordingly. The intervention team is in place. I'm switching over to command, and I'll let you listen in via the listener tool. Now, this could have gone severely wrong, because there's two different possibilities as I see it right now. It could be Bakay is completely innocent, because we do have his military record that talked about how he saved civilians and all this other stuff, which is kind of in conflict with the whole attack on a school thing. But Raban said that. He's literally incriminating himself by saying that. So I don't understand what the deal is. So let's see what happens. Alright. We're listening. I'm curious how badly we screwed this up.
Echo 1 reporting. Come in, Command.
Command is reading you.
We have arrived at the designated location.
What is it like?
Sorry, Command. I don't quite follow.
The location? Tell me what you see.
Looks like ruins of a school that has been hit by a large explosive. Possibly an airstrike. Maybe artillery fire.
Can you traverse the ruins?
Affirmative. But the damage is catastrophic.
Good. Yep.
Are you sure the target is around?
Absolutely. Move in and keep me posted at all times.
Why would he
Describe
be
to me
at the
everything
ruins?
you see.
Understood. Echo Squad, move in.
I don't understand why you sent him to
Entering
the
primary
school.
hallway now.
Okay.
The hallway has been severely damaged. You can see the sky right through multiple stories. Some parts are completely caved in. Proceed with caution, Echo Squad. The damage definitely originated some time ago. There's vegetation spreading all over the place. There are some adjacent rooms that seem rather intact. Echo 2, Echo 4, clear them.
I mean, I guess he could have gone into hiding at the school.
Rooms are clear. Lots of bags lying around. There were still some geometrical drawings on the chalkboard. The place was clearly left in a hurry.
Right. That makes sense.
Moving into the next corridor. There's... Oh, shit!
What? What was that?
What is it?
Part of the ceiling gave way.
Oh.
Nearly hit one of our operatives. Status, Echo Squad. Dust off.
Ugh. Can you proceed?
Affirmative.
Do it.
I love how she's so bored.
Roger. Moving on now.
Like, how dare you let the ceiling falling on you get in your way? My goodness.
Status?
The baby.
All clear. No traces of the target. Some doors are blocked by debris, but there's zero chance they have been opened recently.
Listen, I need you to find the target person. He is around.
There's a basement stairwell that we haven't checked yet. Moving there now. What's your corners, Echo Squad?
Maybe he went to the basement? I don't know why you would think he's here based on the information I sent, though.
Not much left here either. The projectile went right through half the building like a hot knife through butter. Hate to say it, but we may be out of luck. Wait, found something.
Oh?
There's a hatch leading further down. Looks used recently.
Oh.
Finally, proceed.
Affirmative.
Have we found him?
This is the school's library, still intact.
Oh, it's
Someone
the
put a
bomb
lot
shelter.
of effort into turning this into some sort of autonomous bomb shelter.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
succeeded. Even the power is still on. From what I can tell,
Okay.
this thing even has working surveillance cams on the walls.
Huh.
Peculiar. Maybe Bakay is able to use them. Proceed with caution.
Right?
Definitely wouldn't want to. Movement!
Oh. Is he
Get
actually
down, get
hiding
down!
there?
Echo Squad, contain the target!
He's
the target.
actually
It has to
hiding
be.
in the bomb shelter. Okay.
Oleg McKay, we know you're here. There is no way out of this shelter. Throw your weapons into the middle of the room and come out from your position with your hands on your head.
Okay.
Visual on target. Identity confirmed. It is Oleg McKay.
We
Your
found
order.
him. Oh my goodness.
Bakay has been proven to be a traitor to the office. He is
Oh.
a liability as long as he is alive. Terminate him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoops. That's not good.
Report in.
Target down. Oleg McKay is dead.
Very
Oh,
well. Mission
well.
accomplished. Make sure the area is secure, then disengage.
Understood.
Well then.
Echo Squad, move out.
Oh boy. Well. Yeah. So about that. Can we drag this over to you? You are now dead. I'm so sorry that I got you killed. I'm sorry if I shocked you there. Bakay endangered our efforts, and our other agents, by extension, even you. We cannot tolerate that. I would have warned you beforehand, but I feared you would have second thoughts. We must not be hindered by emotions. Okay, I 100% would have had second thoughts, because I didn't know you were going to kill the dude. He has a daughter. And before, don't ever. That's right, she sure doesn't. Man, you will learn what it means to be part of the office. Take this as your first lesson. With time, you will... Hello? What the? The People's Voice, Raban Var, is streaming right now. You need to see this. Okay. Let's see. The government of the nation is lying to you. I hereby present actual proof of this. Oh boy, play the podcast.
My dear followers, yes, this is exactly what you think it is. I found Oleg Bakay. What you see before you is an image obtained from a surveillance camera feed from the ruins of my old school, showing him among soldiers of the nation. These highly trained professionals cowardly shot him, a soldier in service of the Pagesian army while he was hiding away from them.
Oh.
Now, as shocking as that image may be to you, the heinous nature of the national government is laid bare before you. Through their propaganda machine called the National Beholder, they dared to make their false allegations against me and the People's Voice as a whole. They claimed I'd be responsible for Bakay's disappearance, when it was them all along.
How was it us? Or,
But why would they murder a fellow soldier when President Kassat and Prime Minister Blaine are such close friends, you might ask? Oleg Bakay was the person responsible for the attack on Prava Secondary, the school I have been principal of a long time ago. And they knew it. They knew the moment he'd turn up dead, everyone would blame me. They took a life, only to shut me up once and for all. But the people's voice cannot be silenced. So what is there to do for you, my dear followers, against the oppressive force of the national government and the Kassat regime? Do not listen to their corrupt and manipulative media outlets.
Isn't he?
Do not fail to remind Kassat what has transpired here today. Do not let them sweep this under the carpet, to pass the buck, to influence you with such outrageously false information, to take a life to manipulate your thoughts. Or you may be next. Stand up for your rights and resist Kassat. Resist Blaine. Let's retake our country from President Puppet.
Man, and I was trying so hard to be so careful with my responses. I thought for sure we would have it accurate. Hey, Chloe, welcome in. Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate you stopping by. And I understand if you need to head out, but thank you so much. All right. How did this happen? Where did he get those pics? Oh, no. The surveillance cameras. Yeah, he was the running them. And then he's like twisting it. Like anyone with half a brain would have realized he had to have been the ones running them or something like that, right? This will have severe repercussions, I fear. We will have some more containment to do. Even though we are facing a lot of trouble, you have done well. For now, you may complete your work for today. Oh boy. I have to teach children math tomorrow, so I gotta lay it down to get tired. Have a great stream. Thank you so much. I hope you have fun teaching children math tomorrow. Should be interesting. Okay, so what else do we have? Do we have some new information somewhere? Nothing here. Anything here? I am so confused. Like, was he a double agent? How did he get into the school? Okay, so they had an agreement, right? What was the agreement? To build a bomb shelter? Was that it? I don't know. So that's the problem with this. We're missing information and people are jumping to conclusions based on what little information we are able to come up with. Like, I would not have acted on what little information we had right there because there's no way you could have known. It was starting to trend certain ways, but then there was conflicting information. Like, are they in agreement? What are they in agreement about? Like, we never investigated that. So I really don't know. I guess we're gonna head out. I don't know that I can say I feel good about this day, guys. Are you sure you want to finish your work? All unprocessed data chunks will expire. I guess we could add stuff. We might as well, right? Not that it matters. We can go ahead and add this. Let's see what happens. Might as well. If they're gonna expire anyways. There was nothing else here. Oh, we had a new photo. I mean, I'm just gonna drag what we can because why not? Anything that's of use, we might as well. Awarded Medal of Honor. We're gonna see what she says, if she says anything about this. I'm so curious. I assume you played the first Orwell, correct? Yes, I did play the first Orwell, and that's where I learned that you have to be very careful with what you put on there. So, but I was trying so hard to be careful, and it still never works out the way I expect. Alright, I do think FTP sympathizes with the forces of true parties. So that, in retrospect, is probably important. We probably could have realized that. So we're going to drag that over. Alright. They can know that. I don't care. You, my guy, got someone killed, so you can have all of your secrets pulled out. We'll see. I don't know how late I can go, but we're working overtime to get all the data chunks in. Alright. He's not, I still think that one's irrelevant because he's not currently residing there. New portrait. Date of birth, we got all that. Date of registration, sure, why not? became a citizen on this day. We're just gonna drag everything in. What was here? I know he was one of the people in charge. Since knowing what would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. We never found the conflict. We never found that conflict. I recently watched another first-time player send the data chunk that Cassie engaged in torture? Really? Oh. Man. Cassie was interesting. Like, I don't know. It's who is this for? Oleg Bakay. Uploading is strongly discouraged. I mean, I guess that part would have just incriminated him anyways. Nothing else on here. Let's see. Mr. Vart was injured. We'll go ahead and add that because, I mean, he's still alive. It could still be important. They missed the memo about how you're sending the data with exactly 0 context. Exactly. That is the most difficult bit of information. Like, you have all this information, but the people at Orwell only see your data chunks, and that's why I've been like, I don't know if I want to necessarily send this one because it seems out of context. But I still ended up getting screwed up, so you know, it is what it is. I'm still not dragging that one because you definitely have not calmed the situation. You are a liar. This one, disable. We are never uploading that one because you're a liar. I don't believe you for a second. And we can't do anything. I mean, we could drag that one, but I'm not sure that's accurate now. All right, so I think we dragged all of that stuff. Is there anything else here? Philosophy class, sure. We'll drag that. You can have a new photo, Orwell. What else do we have? Okay, you can have this about him, that he was a rugby teacher. Sure. What else? That's all of that. And anything about this? Yes. We already dragged that, but there was a co-writer. Alright, so Ilya is your co-writer. There. That's all the information that we can drag out. At least that's relevant. I don't think we discovered everything, but we've added as much information about Raban as we can because I don't think this story is over. I think he's going to be stirring up like a riot. The sequel definitely wants you to be much more picky about which data to send out. So, hopefully adding all that data after they acted is fine because I feel like you have a certain time period to get the relevant data in. So that's why I was trying to be super, super cautious. But now that we're in overtime, all of this data, sure, why not? We'll see how it plays out tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and head out and see. We'll end our day. Yes, we're going to log out. All right. The missing agent. So what are my thoughts after the first day? I'm kind of thinking that Oleg was an unfortunate consequence of misconstrued intentions. I feel like we didn't have enough information necessarily to feel confident that he was completely innocent. There was just this lingering doubt that maybe something was going on. But what? Did Raban double cross him? Were they in agreement originally with that whole handshaking photo and then they ended up deciding, you know what, never mind? Did he just decide he was going to use Oleg to incite this civil war that he seems to be plotting? I don't know, but it's definitely very suspicious. I don't trust Raban anymore. I was trying to be very cautious that maybe he was innocent, but now I'm like, you know what, you probably are guilty. Just the way you responded to that, very opportunistic in my opinion. Just like you're taking Oleg's death and using it to further your own goals, and never mind the fact that that's your storm shelter and probably your security cameras, so that's your footage. not the nations. But we'll find out more in the next episode. So if you guys like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/Liar27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description. And if you want to see which games we're playing each day, I post them on x.com/Liar27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye. All right, so we'll go ahead and head back to the main menu. So it'll save here. I don't want to start the new day yet. I want to start that fresh next time we play this. But yeah, that's just crazy the way that works out. I'm still not sure. I don't think I'm going to know that we've made the right decision until much, much later. Was there a way we could have saved him? Probably. But how would that have ended? Now I'm curious. So I don't know. We'll have to figure all that out. But anyways, that is going to be it for today. So I hope you guys had fun with that. And thank you so much for hanging out. It was a lot of fun checking out this game. We will be back here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central. Have a good one. Thank you. You too. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to play with Night and Math again. We're going to be playing Content Warning. So if you want to see me be very bad at getting pictures of monsters, you know, then that is going to be what we're doing. And then afterwards, we're going to head into World of Warcraft for another Drops-enabled stream. And we're going to try and get... through the new I guess it's a Sojourner quest. I haven't actually looked to see if they have the achievement, but I think they do for the new Goblin area. So anyways, let us see who we can raid for right now. Why don't we raid Slosky? He's playing some Dredge. That's a pretty cool game. I've seen people play it. So we'll go say hi to him. And I hope I see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out once again. And I appreciate everybody. And yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central. Till then, bye.